Excuse me, everybody. Oh, Vader Saber 1984 here, also known as that man and his bullshit opinions, but this is going to be a lot of factual opinions as well as factual proof. But here I am, after getting off of work and watching the State of the Union that was released. Watched most of last year on my way home from work, and I was like, all right, I thought it was this year, like, whatever, stupid me. But then I got home and I was still listening. I was like, wait a minute, this is 2022. That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to title this, because I finally got to the point where I could watch it, this one, this year. We are going to... Ooh, we are going to... Oh my God, like, honestly, if you see everything that I have on here about what we are going to call this, what is going to be the title? Let's go ahead and call this Let's Finish the Job. Bullshit. Yeah. Quite frankly, everything I have on here is to everything that I saw, everything I heard, the repetitiveness, and we'll get into that. But this is going to be the title of Let's Finish the Job 2023 Bullshit. So, in every fashion that I always do, I am going to go ahead and readjust right there. There we go. Let's do this in ordinary fashion. Let's go ahead and grab yourself a smoke, grab yourself a drink, and quite frankly, I ran out watching this bullshit, so let's crack open a new one. Because, oh my God, the amount of bullshit repetitiveness. Oh, I need a cigarette for this. Let's go ahead and do this. Fuck it, without any edits. I was going to stop and just say, you know what, let's collect everything. No edits. Fuck that. Let's do this. And my first beer, I'm not going to say how many that is after watching that debauchery. All right. The State of the Union speech by Joseph Biden himself. Well, quite frankly, let's sum it up all into one thing. That was a repeat of last year. 96, 90, we'll say 94. We'll be nice. We'll say 94 of that. 94% of that shit that he just said was a repeat of last year's State of the Union. Swear to God. Look it up. Even on CNN, that one last year only had maybe 1,000 views or 1,000 likes on certain media aspects. Forgive me, I'm just recently getting over a little bit of a bug, so I still don't have my voice all the way, and I finally am able to kind of have a cigarette. But none of that. We're not saying poor sad me, sick me. We're saying poor sad us as a country for this stupid ass repetitive puppet that we have as a president feeding us this bullshit. An hour of and 20 minutes of bullshit. I do have to give him credit. There was repetitive. Okay, there was two things that I heard in that entire speech that was not either, well, like most of his speeches, that you could actually hit him with a stamp of, you stole that. or repetitive from last year's speech, but only two things in there that I was like, oh, that sounds good. Let's look at that. Okay. And before I get in too much into it, I want to say that if you go by every State of the Union address on how many people stand up and clap and take time out of our fucking day and hold up the speech, it gets repetitive and annoying. And at this time, last year I didn't count that. I didn't have that kind of time on my hands. But this year, the new Speaker of the House only stood up 5 times. 5 times, not including when he walked in out of respect, but stood up 5 times out of the points that he made and everybody else. And cackling Kamala Harris stood up for every point he made. There was only 5 times that he actually stood up and was like, all right, I agree. Or, all right, this old incognitive piece of shit is walking in here. I got to be polite. So, announced all that. Let's go ahead and get it to it. Standing up every point. That is so fucking stupid. It's like the old school TV shows where they have the sign that hangs above, applause, stand up, cheer. That is fucking stupid. Okay, stop. Y'all are embarrassing yourselves. Second thing, because I'm going to start marking shit off. Because this pissed me off more than anything. Nancy Pelosi as the greatest House Speaker ever. Fuck you. Bullshit. That is the most corrupt bitch that has ever been on this fucking, whatever you want to call it, debauchery of the United States Senate. Alright, greatest ever, fuck you. Alright, you're full of it. Alright, brought down unemployment. You said that last year, and the numbers were less this year than it was last year, but you said you did it with unemployment. Well, not to take Trump's side, which we know that his unemployment rate was really better for his time, but the only reason people are actually getting employed now is they can actually fucking go to work, and you're not paying them to stay at home. So fuck you, bullshit. Next up, after that, Inflation Reduction Act. Really? You have inflated everything. You have blamed everything on the war that, quite frankly, you said inflation started the day Russia attacked Ukraine. That would be February 24th of 2022, and you got elected in January 20th of 2021. That's when we saw inflation happen. Well, obviously, the Inflation Reduction Act that you want to veto is full of shit, because you caused, other than the fact that our government and Fauci put us in that inflation by shutting down our businesses. But other than that, you cut off more jobs than anybody. So let's go ahead and say, fuck you. That's all bullshit. All right. Let's see. Inflation Reduction Act. Oh, God, I hate you. All right. It'll act till 2025. Oh, you're so full of shit, you incognitive piece of garbage. Let's get on to another thing. Flags for Ukraine. If you go back to last year's State of the Union speech, you see that everybody is waving flags. Last year, which was 2022, right after it was attacked. This was the day after on last year. Everybody's got their flag. Ooh. Now Kevin McCarthy has a fucking tie of the Ukrainian flag. You rhino piece of shit. I'm sorry for all of you people that you live in Ukraine and y'all are dealing with this. I am very sorry for your tragic loss and all the bullshit that's going on. However, We don't need to be sending you a goddamn thing other than military support, except for the fact of, oh, wait a minute. Biden was actually not going to give y'all money when it came to Hunter Biden. Oh, so y'all are kind of buddies, and funny how that works out. But everybody supporting the Ukrainians, I mean, you can support them. That's fine. But why are you flying flags level for Ukraine when they don't do us a goddamn thing? I see it all over town. Ukraine flags. Yellow, blue, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Support them. I got it. Be nice. We don't want y'all to be killed. No. But apparently this president has a lot to do with that country before, even when he was a vice president, before the war started. Didn't happen while Trump was there. Then war started out. War broke out. And you're going to cut it? Anybody says no against it? You're going to veto it? Fuck you. That's all I got to say about that. All about your stupid flag, you rhino piece of shit McCarthy. Alright, so I've got because I ran out of space writing, so I had to go into the other side of the page and write everything else, but electric cars. Okay. Y'all are going to provide electric cars. Y'all are going to, no, really. It costs more in physical ore and resources from the earth that are non-reusable to create batteries for these electric cars than it does to refine oil that can be recycled. And you want to say everybody has to go to electric cars? No, I'm going to keep my electric car. I'm going to keep my gas car that has oil, that if I need to fix it, I don't need a computer to do it. So electric cars, I know everybody likes them, but when you can't charge them because there's no electricity, and I got to get to work, go fuck yourself. Fuck your electric cars. You give me one for free, I'm still going to keep my other gas cars ready for the time that I need a real vehicle that'll get me there. All right. We don't have a global warming problem, and watch it. He fucks up. Swear to God, watch it. We don't have a global warming problem, and we don't have a climate crisis. Crickets. So many people in the background were like, whoa, and he's like, oh, for a month, and he just kind of bambles and bubbles, and he got laughed at by so many people. His side, left side, right side, he got laughed at. So go fuck yourself. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You need to be in a retirement home, at least not in jail. The wealthy tax sheets. Well, talking about that, because you were pointing the finger at the prior president about how they got rich and how they made tax cuts for the wealthy. How'd you get so rich? I mean, quite frankly, haven't you gotten rich overseas deals, whether it was your son, whether it was China, whether it was Ukraine? How'd you get so rich? Go ahead and answer me that. Okay. Now, after your cancer bit, yep, I couldn't go any further on that, but that's for the end of it. But you got laughed at so hard for that. Let's see. Now, you also talked about the wealthiest to pay their fair share. I'm pretty sure Trump said that in his inauguration speech as well, and trying to defeat the tax system. Trump said that too. He actually said it in his debate against Hillary Clinton. So you're just basically saying what he said. Well, I call that another repetitive bullshit. So, do you want to see bullshit? Watch this. Watch how many times that the new speaker does not stand up and clap. He only stood up 5 times. And probably one of those was for the old senile bastard walking in there. But watch how many times he doesn't stand up and clap. Everything else that he sat down for was like, no. That's either a repeat of what you said, hasn't been done, or you're taking credit for. That's bullshit. So, just go by what he did. He didn't stand up. He didn't clap. He didn't believe it. I don't like him personally because I think he's full of shit too. He's a politician. Over and done with. All right. Now, another thing I want to talk about standing up and everything, maybe it's a military thing. Anytime he spoke about the prices or even saying that we are stronger than China, no, none of those guys stood up. Nobody clapped. They just kind of looked down like, yeah, no, that's horseshit. We're not stronger than China when it comes militarily. They outnumber us at least 10-1, especially in military. So, full of bullshit. All right. Now, debt was blamed on last month, the debt that he acquired, not the president. He did blame the president. He said his previous predecessor is who created the debt that we have right now. But he also said last month. Oh, is that because you have a brain problem because you're old and shouldn't serve? Or is it because it's just not true? So, oops, you fucked up. All right. Now, you motherfucker, you got so heckled for all of that. I have not seen a State of the Union in the time that I've been following politics, which would probably have to be since, I don't know, George Bush Sr. As much as I could, you have been more heckled just tonight than I've ever seen any president heckled at a State of the Union. So, take it hostage with Medicare. You got booed on that again. Sorry, dude, you were absolutely wrong. Go ahead and edit, and the camera stopped. I don't know how long it was in between that edit, but they sure as shit edited it. I didn't get to see it live, so I missed out. I was busy working, paying my taxes to you and all the other cocksuckers there in your caucus. So, all right. I don't know what was said. I wish I would have known, but we're moving on. But you fucked up again, and then you said, it won't be a problem. Well, will it? It won't be a problem. We're all good, right? Yeah, you fucked up. You tried to cover it up. So, moving on after that. I mean, you repeated it quite a bit. But, so, let's finish the job. What job? What job? You mean the job that Trump started? You didn't cover about what job. You didn't say something that you started. You said just the job. So wouldn't it be proper? Because you did thank the Republicans on a few things about what they helped with, but you didn't thank them for the COVID vaccine that they pushed through in theirs. No, you took credit for that. You didn't take any credit or give them any credit for the jobs for the unemployment. You didn't give them any credit. You didn't even once mention anything about the goddamn border. Yeah, you mentioned fentanyl, but you blamed it on China, even though our border in Mexico is actually the leading producer of where it's coming from. So quite frankly, let's finish the job. What, that Trump started? I mean, why don't you just go out and say it? My shit's not working. His was. Let's give him some credit. No, Trump started it, dumbass. You're not doing shit. All right. Let's get the good out of the way. All right. The only good thing, I don't believe it. I don't think it's going to be actuality. I don't think you're going to do a goddamn thing because you're a piece of shit politician and you only care about your pockets and you don't even know where you are unless you're at the ice cream store. So, you said, Joe Biden, I'm talking to you. You said that bank fees, that you were going to reduce that from $35 down to $6 to $8 for overdraft. No overdraft protection. You don't hit the banks. I like that. That's cool. I don't think I'll ever fucking see it. But junk fee protection prevention act, whatever the hell you said, I couldn't hear you ramble. But I mean, the banks line your pocket. Why are you going to take away from them? I'd appreciate you if you did. But other than that, the other thing was having a union for people that are that need to have a union. That would be great because unions, they always have better benefits. But in the southern states, there aren't that many unions. And that's good, but it raises the taxes on everything else. Dumbass. You can have a union, but you pay more in taxes as a state, as an individuality. Like you pay a state tax because you work for the union, generally. So, no. I mean, that'd be cool, but dumbass. So, moving on. The last three things that pissed me the fuck off. Ban assault weapons now. Go fuck yourselves. Okay? Go fuck yourselves. And go fuck yourself, Joe Biden. Because assault rifles are our amendment right. Okay? We have the right to bear arms. It doesn't say what kind of arm. It says arms. That means a weapon to protect ourselves against your tyrannical government. Fuck you. You are not taking our guns. All right? I understand that a lot of people are effing up. Well, I'm already cussing. A lot of people are fucking up. A lot of retards are going out there killing people. That's terrible. But how'd they get those guns? Oh, you've already had a reform act for that. Oh, we're already tightening down on that. But it's still happening. Oh, so why don't we just ban retards? Why don't we just ban insane people? All right, you can't be here. Get rid of them. Maybe that'll work. Or maybe you should sit there and say, guns don't kill anybody unless they're in the hands of the wrong people. Do a little bit more study on that, stupid. Another thing, Roe v. Wade. We're going to overturn it and I'm going to veto it. Look, I am not comfortable with the simple fact of one person pretending to be something else that they're not. I'm not comfortable with that. I think it's stupid. I think they have a lot of mental issues that they just can't come to terms with what they are as a human. But that's just me and my bullshit opinion. But Roe v. Wade, fuck you. All right? Aren't you supposed to be Catholic? You're sitting there telling everybody that, oh, it's okay to choose who you love. It's okay to kill your kids if you want, up to a certain time, blah, blah, blah. Aren't you a Catholic? Don't they ban against abortions themselves? And then the Roe v. Wade thing, doesn't that cover nothing but abortions? or getting married to the same sex, which is against the Bible as a Catholic. Ugh. I'm sorry that you have become an LGBTQLMNOP fucking dumbass, because now it's just the popular thing. They make TV shows and they just want to be who they are. I'm all for it. Be who you are, but don't breathe it down my neck. Don't put it on my TV shows trying to tell my kids that they should be that way. Keep it to your fucking self, all right? And don't put any laws in there about changing yourself, or it's okay to change your gender when it comes to a certain age. No. When you're an adult, you can do whatever the hell you want. You could be Bruce Jenner and decide that you can't get enough poontang the way you look after winning gold medals. You're going to try the other side and chop things off. But guess what? DNA-wise, you are still a woman. So, you can't beat science. You can't beat bullshit very much anymore. So, all of this State of the Union was a repetitive inclination and a little bit more babbling of last year. He didn't cover anything on the border, not one thing. He didn't cover anything about his recent accusations of his bullshit, about his documents. He didn't cover anything on his accusations of with his son's laptop. He didn't clear the air on anything like that. He just repeated his speech from last year and rambled and bumbled and stumbled and got heckled and booed, and everybody just went along with it. This was an abolishment. It was a dumpster fire. It was terrible. And quite frankly, I'm ashamed. I hated watching Donald Trump speak because I just hated the way he spoke. When he spoke freely and he spoke real, yeah, but he repeated it himself, and I hate repetition. But quite frankly, we just saw the same thing read off a script that he did last year. Point to point to point, time frame, all the exact same shit. You people voted him in here. Well, sorry about you. You fucked up. So therefore, State of the Union, repeat, bullshit. Vader Saber, 1984, also known as that man and his bullshit opinion, or that drunk guy and his bullshit opinion. And I feel sorry for anybody else that put up with that. I endured that for over 2.5 hours last year and this year. Last year to catch up by mistake, but this year also to go, what the fuck was that? We got to get this piece of shit out of office. I mean, we got 2 more years of this crap, but we're going to go to war with China anyway. So, stock up, lock up, buy your guns when you can, learn how to use them safely, efficiently, keep them safe, protect your family, and don't ever, ever let anybody take your guns from you. We're Americans. We live, we fight, we breathe America. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and share, like, subscribe. Love you.